It looks like Doge is stealing the show, but we're going to start off with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very boring right now compared to Doge and a few other coins. And my video, non-live video from Monday, October 31st, is I explained the idea that on Tuesday, so essentially from, where did Tuesday start? Yeah, about here. So I made that video about here. I said, hey, Tuesday, not much is going to happen because all of Tuesday is that set. And like in volleyball, I used that analogy. It's going to be set for the bi-directional volatility whiplash of price on Bitcoin and most major assets on NASDAQ SPX around the FOMC meeting, 2 p.m. New York time on Wednesday, the 2nd of November, which is around 6 p.m. or 6 or 7 p.m. London, Berlin. And Bitcoin, again, will move. It typically moves so you have to guess a middle point. So this is FOMC specific and CPI data release, core CPI, but it's at the same time of each other. So you have to guess a middle point, which typically is not too hard to guess. And then from that middle point, FOMC, Bitcoin price historically goes 5% within 5% up and 5% down. It doesn't necessarily tag both perfectly, but that is, like, I guess, if you can put restraints on what market makers are going to do and their algorithms going from traditional finance, NASDAQ, SPX to Bitcoin, typically their rules, if we're guessing what their rules and parameters are, it's usually 5% up, 5% down from that middle point. Therefore, the day before FOMC, they're not going to deviate from the middle point very much because it's already there. I've already guessed what the middle point is. And the last two FOMCs, I guessed the middle point like exactly. And so I'm fairly confident with my guess about the middle point. Therefore, price was already at it during my video yesterday here. Therefore, price shouldn't have done much today. So since my video, it has had it's only gone up 1.3%. And its with total range of the entire day is less than 2%. So that is essentially what's happening. It's riding on the middle lines. It's fairly similar to my lines on my micro chart that I offer for when I run live charts. But the actual middle points are these right here. It's essentially a band, and that is going to be your middle point. So 5% up and 5% down from that middle point are what you can see right here. That target and that target, 5% up, 5% down from this middle point. And price specifically on Wednesday should not deviate past either. On Thursday, Friday, easily could because you could get continuation. But in general rules, tomorrow, all right, not all of this has to happen exactly at 2. So, but you typically get the same type of shape every single time. Whether it's CPI data release or FOMC on Bitcoin, the way the bots work is they make one shape, or the inverse of the shape. It either before FOMC, before 2 p.m., it floats up, then during FOMC spikes down, then goes back to the middle, all right? Or it'll float down, spike up at 2 p.m., and then meet in the middle, and then close the day somewhere in the middle. So tomorrow's closure, daily, not Bitcoin daily closure, but when traditional markets close at about 4:30, which is about 3.5 hours before Bitcoin's daily candle, the day Bitcoin should find itself roughly here or between this area, really around 4 p.m. That would be my guess for tomorrow. So no matter how high it whiplashes up or whiplashes down, I think by about 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern New York time, that price of Bitcoin will find itself here or has a decent probability. So just remember, so it's the reason why I think this is important, why I'm stressing it at the beginning of this video is it's easy to get excited with price going way up, easy to get excited with price going way down, whether, depending on the way you're trading, but realize it's likely going to end the day somewhere between these numbers, okay? And so let's dive into the micro time frames within the Bitcoin chart. Let's get it. Oh, I forgot my intro. I was going right before I did this live show. I was heading out, and my wife's like, "You're gonna do a live show like that?" And I was like, "Why?" She goes, "You look like an idiot." I was like, "What? Why do I look like an idiot?" So this idiot is going to go over over some Bitcoin price action on the micro time frame, since the macro time frames we've already been covering. We kind of know our thresholds of up down. So a quick summary of that. I will go, I guess, I'll stay on this chart and I'll take off all my indicators. So a quick review, same game plan. Outside of, I guess, technically between now. So between right now to all of Wednesday, the rules of this line here and how price interacts with it don't apply. So for the typical rules to apply, you have to wait till traditional finance closes tomorrow, about 2.5 hours after FOMC. But the rules, the rules of this line in terms of picking direction of price the entire week to try to, trade with the trend for the rest of the week is, if price, even for 1 minute, goes below this line right here, then the direction of the whole week should be down. And again, this doesn't apply from right now to the to 4 p.m. New York tomorrow. And I've discussed all the reasons why I feel that way and feel fairly confident with that analysis in terms of guessing the direction of the price in my last videos. So if you wanted to check out all the reasonings and how to apply that to future scenarios very similar to this, go ahead and check out my most recent video, or even the one before that. I might have covered it there as well, but definitely the last video. But then again, if that happens tonight through tomorrow, like, none of that rule applies, right? Okay, so that is essentially the line in the sand for the week. Right now it's above it, so technically, it looks like Bitcoin will want to go up the rest of the week. And other micro time frame type of activity to the upside. So this is another rule that won't apply from now till until FOMC is over and the traditional finance is closed. But the upside rule is you have an extremely high probability of trading to the upside, having the week be green, if price, even for 1 minute, can get back above that wick. So the neat thing about this line and this wick right here, to establish our parameters of where will the week be, first off, it's only a 2.25% range. So you're not going to miss out on a ton of a continuation move if you wait for those levels. But the more important thing is, both of these levels have already been tested once. So this just got tested here, and this one just got tested here. Or no, sorry, here. Yesterday or the day before. So the next time it interacts and passes either this wick up at 20,700 and change, or goes below here, it should get follow through, because it would be its second/third pass at it. And the group that's trading that direction, so bears here or bulls here, that would be the threshold where a lot of people from trading the other direction would stop trading the other direction. And some of that group would then flip long or flip the other way, right? Or just simply stop trading that direction. Therefore, the pressure of that would be the threshold when buyers and sellers those are the pivot points when it should take off either way. Makes sense? And again, that rule doesn't apply literally starting from right now as I'm doing this live through roughly the end of the day on Wednesday, November 2nd. All right? Because any price action between now and then, it's just going to be for volatility slash a setup for the volatility, and the rules won't apply. And then, am I missing anything else? Let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly is actually disagreeing with my micro analysis, but because typically you can easily get a backfill halfway down a big green candle or a red candle. But if the previous candle is relatively large compared to the other ones, which means momentum in that direction, you can easily get a backfill halfway down, particularly if it aligns with candle wicks and bodies, and it sort of does. Wick, candle bodies. So that point right there would be, but this would probably be hit during FOMC. I don't think that would be hit right now, but this level could easily be hit during FOMC, then it spikes up Thursday, Friday, or next week. But even as low as 19,200 during Wednesday, if that is hit, the true direction of the week still can be up. And again, remember what I said. if that happens Wednesday. If that level's hit not on Wednesday, well, then the direction of the week should be down because it passed this bottom line again, right? So I don't think I'm missing too much on the weekly because FOMC can easily satisfy the backfill. And honestly, the micro timeframes in this line is really where it's at, with the understanding that this is the play range of whales. During Wednesday, it'll keep you safe, and just know that the end of the day, it should land somewhere close to the middle. It usually isn't on both sides. It usually doesn't land exactly in the middle. It's going to be close to it when I backtest how the game is played. But it usually ends up close to the middle, and those all should keep you safe for the next, 48 hours or so. And that is your micro time frame Bitcoin analysis continuation of what I've been saying over the last couple days.